All right, everybody. Joining us now is head coach Dabo Swinney. Thank you all for standing by. As always, he will open with some introductory comments before we open the line to questions. At that time, we will ask that you identify your name and affiliation prior to asking questions, but we will start off with Coach Swinney. Coach.
Oh, man, that was fun. Just really proud of our guys, especially our seniors, to be able to leave here not only undefeated at home, but undefeated against South Carolina. That's a rare accomplishment. And, 7 in a row, first time since the 30s. And just really proud of our team. That was Clemson football tonight, all three phases. And we're playing our best football. These guys have been kind of building, and I'm just really proud of our staff, and I'm proud of these young men to start off 2-2 and to just battle every single week, figure it out. And here we are, 9-3, undefeated in November, 5 in a row, 7 out of 8. And to be able to come in here and shut these guys out, it's the first time we've shut them out since 1989. Nobody has shut them out. Nobody. There's not a defense out there that shut these guys out this year. So I'm just unbelievable, complete team effort. I think they rushed for 43 yards. We knew we needed to stop the run. And if we did, we felt like we could create some turnovers. And then we needed to run the ball. And so we won the line of scrimmage. We rushed for 265. Shipley had 128. Kobe averaged 8 yards a carry. Maffa had some nice runs. We had no sacks. And then BT Potter, our kickoff coverage was excellent. We had a nice kick return to start the opening drive and then go on down and score. And then BT Potter sets the Clemson record for field goals of 40-plus yards. So just, again, all three phases, getting it done, winning the margin, out big playing them, winning the line of scrimmage, making a difference in special teams. I thought we were very clean in our assignments tonight. And again, just super proud of this team from how we started to where we are now. And I'm happy for our fans. This is a big game. It's an important game. We know that. And so to be state champs is something that we don't ever take for granted. But just a great appreciation for the readiness of our guys, the focus, the preparation, and just how we finished. And so, we're excited about a postseason opportunity. I have no idea where we'll go, who we'll play, but I know this team will come ready. And, to have an opportunity to go battle for a 10th win, again, especially from where we were to start out, it's just a huge accomplishment. And it just is a reflection of the character of our players and just the will to win, the great job that our staff has done. And this was a great environment tonight, and to walk in here and take the opening drive and score was awesome. And so, again, hats off to that offensive line and our defensive line. They led the way, and I really appreciate, again, the job that our staff did. So for us, we're going to get a little rest. It's been a long time since we've not had to go to work this week. We're going recruiting. But the players will get some time off. They'll have some open gym this week, and they got finals next week. They'll get a couple workouts, so they'll kind of just work out, and train, and rest and recover these next couple of weeks while we recruit. And then by then we'll know who we're playing and where and when, and we'll get our bowl prep going and turn our eyes to the next opponent. So again, just a great night, a great win, and happy for our fans. And listen, I told Shane after the game, man, the one thing I will say, I told our team at halftime, and I told Shane, man, it just what you see in his team is special. I know it didn't go their way tonight, but man, his team believes, and they have not quit one time all year. In fact, they've outscored their opponents in the fourth quarter. And I just think that says a lot about the job that he's doing. The culture he's trying to create. That's a team that's going to get better and better. And so went our way tonight, but he's doing a great job. And man, we're just thankful to have a chance to be state champs, and happy for our fans to be able to enjoy this one.
Hey, Dabo, it's Will. How excited were you for your defense that they finally got that shutout? It seemed to be eluding them all year.
Yeah, we're gonna have some Krispy Kreme donuts on Monday, man. I can't wait. So that's kind of our we go get them big zeros, Krispy Kreme donuts and zero bars. Don't get any better than that. That means you're coming off a good day at the office. So just really they were fighting for it. I mean, we talked about it at halftime. They're like, hey, let's don't give it up. Let's keep fighting for it. And that was. And we were trying to, be smart offensively too, and just, not put them in a bad spot. And we had terrible field position we were playing good defense, but it seemed like, I don't know how many times we were on the 1 or pinned inside the 5 and limited us a little bit. But we did a good job as a team because to get a shutout, it's really a team effort. Your defense obviously is going to lead the way, but you got to do a good job in special teams. You got to do a good job offensively. And, but man, our defense, they were fighting hard for it. And especially with how these guys have scored in the second half and in the fourth quarter. But all the way down to that last play, I don't know, where do you get tackled? Was it the 2 or 3 or 1 or wherever it was, 3-yard line? It was awesome to see so many guys get to play and then continue to keep them out of the end zone.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor. You talked about Coach Beamer there at the end. He could have gone for an easy field goal there at the end to avoid a shutout. What does it say about him as a competitor that he elected to try to go for it?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I've done the same thing. I mean, he went for it, backed up a couple times, and I just think he's sending a message to his team. Hey, we're gonna battle, and again, he could have punted the ball a couple times. He certainly could have kicked the field goal right there at the end, but I think he's trying to build his team, and he's trying to build the mentality and the attitude that it takes. So I don't blame him one bit for all those were the right call.
Dabo, this is Larry Williams. Your defense earlier in the year, maybe a little wobbly in some areas, but does the last couple of games, this sort of final stretch, does this perhaps put them in that class of some of your more elite defenses y'all have had under Venables?
Well, we've got 40 plus sacks, and we lead the country since the playoff era in sacks, and we've had a bunch of great defenses, but we ain't had one shut these guys out. So they've gotten better. I mean, and listen, Georgia didn't score a touchdown on them. They scored 3 points. So they've been pretty good all year. And we've had some moments here or there, but I don't know exactly where we are, but we got to be top 5 scoring defense in the country, I would think, and probably one of the best red zone defenses in the country. So the name of the game is points, and these guys have done a great job. I mean, if we don't change anything, we're nobody wants to hear it, but we're 4 plays from being undefeated. And we've battled all year. We've had goal line stands. We've had a little bit of everything. The offense has had to come alive the last 5-6 games and make some drives to go win the game in the fourth quarter. So we're just, as a team that has gotten better and better, and we've overcome a lot. A lot of guys have grown up. A lot of guys have learned. And, DJ's gotten better and better and has settled in. And, you see him out there running, not healthy. And just, I thought that was a huge play he made on the first 3rd down. Great presence by him there. Caught him in man coverage and really did a nice job. So, we're just a team that's improved. But defensively, we're playing our best football right now. It's the same thing with offense.
Dabo, this is Gene in Charleston. I know you'd rather be in Charlotte, but just emphasizing the silver lining here, how much of an advantage is it recruiting-wise to get an extra week to get out there on the road? And have you decided yet whether or not your recruiting will include transfer portal guys?
No, I'd much rather be in Charlotte. I kind of like that advantage. To be honest with you, that's the best recruiting when you're in Charlotte playing for the championship. But it is what it is. We'll take advantage of it. And, we're in a great place. I mean, as I've said many times, we'll use the portal if it's something that we have to. It's not been a need for us at this point. If it ever becomes a need, then, we'll address it strategically and have to be the right fit and all that. But it's not something that we've needed. But obviously, it's every day is a new day in the recruiting world. But I love our class that's coming in. We're always going to be a developmental program, and if we can't address a need through high school kids, then there's a gap somewhere, we'll always look at that as an option, but only if it's something that we need.
Hey, Dabo, this is Justin Robertson with the Tiger. Just what can you say about Andrew Booth tonight and the impact his interceptions had for your team?
He was awesome. I mean, he just, the first one was what a great catch. And then, staying on top of the big play they tried to hit. And so really proud of him. It's great to see him have a game like that, down here. And then, man, I think Mario had one. Malcolm Green had one right at him. And so we missed a couple. But I was really happy for Booth. And great to see him have a couple plays like that.
Hey, Dabo, it's Pete at AP. What does it mean to you? I know nobody goes into these things saying, you know what, I'm going to win 7 of these in a row. But what does it mean to you to have achieved that, given the way you lived through that 5 in a row stretch that they had earlier in your career?
Well, I like this a lot better. Sure, I can tell you. But you know what, Pete, it's all good, man. I mean, listen, I certainly was not good, but I just think it's also, good perspective that sometimes when you're going through things and it's not the way you want it and, everybody's ready to jump off the ship, I'm thankful that I had great people just continue to believe and stay the course. And we had a bunch of really good teams. I mean, we were, 11 ACC championship team, 12, 11-2, won the Chick-fil-A, 13, 11-2, won the BCS Orange Bowl. So we had some good teams, but they had some good teams. And, but at the end of the day, you just kind of keep playing and you stay the course. And here we are. So it's just all part of our journey. And, but I definitely fun's in the winning, as we say, that's for sure. And just, man, I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to all the players that we've had that just put in a lot of work, man. I mean, us coaches, we don't throw, we don't catch, and we don't block, and we don't tackle. And man, it takes a group of young men to believe. And so you're talking about 7 teams in a row that have gotten it done in a rivalry game. That's really, really hard to do, obviously, since it hadn't happened since the 30s. So, man, I just credit all the players and the staff. It's a really special thing to be a part of. And, man, I'm just thankful to the good Lord for the opportunity and thankful for the tough times too. It's all good in the end.
Hey, Dabo, it's Anna with Clemson 24/7. How encouraging was it to see the interior offensive line kind of have their way at times tonight, especially against a defensive front that was maybe bigger than they were?
Well, it's been, we've been kind of trending that way for the last, 4 or 5 games. These guys have gotten better, and we've kind of, we've had some guys that have gotten experience now and been coached and, have learned through mistakes and learned through success. And it's been fun, man. Our execution has been really, really good. We're playing really physical and tough. And, listen, that's an SEC team. To run the ball for 265 yards on them and to shut them out, you got to give the credit to the guys up front on both sides, offensive line and defensive line. That's and no sacks. That's where it starts. And those backs were awesome.
Yeah, but just kind of along those same lines, just when you're able to just line up and run right at them and they know it's coming and still can't seem to stop it like it was in the first half, just what's it do for mentality, mindset, and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that's football. And, when you can block the guy and then you got backs that can make guys miss some space. And there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than being able to run the football effectively. And it just creates all kind of opportunities. And we again, there was probably some other things we could have done in the passing game, but just, really liked how we were playing, and I loved how our defense was playing. And then we had 2 or 3 or 4 possessions with really terrible field position, but it's special. That's a lot of rushing yards, and it's good to see all 3 of those backs get in the end zone. And again, our tight ends, our receivers, everyone a part of that run game. And DJ making the right decisions in the run game was a big part of it too.
Hey, Coach, it's
Hey,
Trevor
Dabo, it's
again.
Anna again.
Go ahead, Anna.
I was just curious about Xavier Thomas and how close maybe he was to being able to go tonight.
Yeah, he tried, but Wednesday night he wasn't going to be able to go, and so we'll get him well. He just kind of got a strained hamstring. I think he only played about 10 or 12 plays last week. So, but hey, that's a position we've got good depth, and it's been fun to see Swint and Greg Williams getting out there, and man, KJ and Maskell. Miles, all them guys, man, just doing a great job. And listen, we got a lot of guys back next year. This is, we're going to have, heck, we got about everybody that's playing on offense back. And eventually we'll have some receivers again. That'll help. But defensively, I think we're going to have a lot of dudes back, man, up front. And I'm excited about it. And we got some great young linebackers. Unfortunate we didn't have XT tonight, but I think he's given us great leadership all year. Really proud of him, and he'll be well for the bowl.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor again. You lose Trey Williams last week. Obviously, lost Brazil early in the season. How impressed were you with your ability to hold them to 43 yards rushing on 20 carries? Really seemed to abandon the run after you were able to stop them.
Yeah, well, listen, you go back to the Georgia game, we didn't have Tyler Davis, and then we get Tyler Ambersy back, then we lose Brazil for the year. But the one guy that if you go back to camp, that people ask me, like, who's one guy? And I kept saying Rook, and man, what a year he's had. And then Trey, and what he did this year, not one day was he healthy. And for him to play 11 games is pretty awesome, the experience that he was able to get. And you look at E.T. Rubin, and he's a redshirt sophomore, and really a redshirt freshman because he was out all last year. And so, man, it's a silver lining in there. We certainly missed Brazil, and then Tyler missed some games as well. But the experience that those guys have gotten, and Peyton Page is a true freshman. We finally got Capehart back, and he's missed most of the year. But the experience that those guys have gotten is going to pay off for us big time, and because those guys will all be back, and so that's why it's not a huge need in our recruiting this year. Man, we got a bunch of good players at that spot. Same thing at defensive end.
Dabo, this is Gene. What can you say about Tony Elliott? Just the way he's kind of managed this offense as a coordinator and creativity and so forth.
It's been a year. I can tell you this, and as I've said many times, everybody's mad at Tony in a year, but he's one of the. First of all, he's just one of the best people you'll ever meet, and he's incredibly bright and smart, and I just we have a great relationship. It's great to communicate with him week in and week out, and putting the plan together. And he's just done an awesome job. His job has not been easy. We especially the first 6 games of the year to just first 6, 7 games. The offensive line was different every week. Receivers are out. Just it's just so hard to get continuity and not only change, but inexperienced guys. Not to mention a first-year quarterback. And so a lot of weapons out and things like that. But we found a way. And I'm really proud of our whole offensive staff, but especially Tony and his resilience, perseverance, and his leadership through this.
Take 2 or 3 more for Coach.
Hey, Dabo, it's Alexis from the state. All season you've mentioned kind of the perspective and how this season's really given you perspective and how you've had to coach these guys a little differently. I think you kind of alluded to it, but I guess what perspective would you say this season has kind of given you now that the regular season is wrapped up?
It's hard to win, it's hard to win. And as I've said many times, if one positive I hope will come from this is everybody have an appreciation for winning. I don't care how we win. It's really hard to win. And I don't know that people really can appreciate what's happened the last 7 years here. It's, you know, you just kind of just go, and then all of a sudden you just, you know, we're not entitled to win. And I know we're expected to win, but I mean, I hope that there'll be a reset on the appreciation of winning, and for our team, the appreciation of what it takes to win week in and week out, and how small the margin for error is. Again, you know, just you know, the fun's in the winning, and just, you know, I think too, when you the glass is always half full, and to be able to, as I've said, we've not had a lot of adversity in a long time. I know we've had some disappointment, you know, losing a playoff game, but we've had a lot of success. And to go to 6 playoffs, I mean, to win 6 league championships in a row, 7 out of 10 years. I mean, it's just, and I think sometimes you can lose your appreciation for how hard it is and what it takes. And I think the perspective for our team this year, this is really good. And to be able to kind of just reset the foundation of our program. And again, what it takes week in and week out, and, you know, how small your error is. I mean, it's a few plays. So I think it's a really healthy thing for this football team. We got a great group coming back. Again, we're going to have a great recruiting class coming in here. And, you know, we're going to do everything we can to finish up strong with this postseason. And man, we got a great foundation in place for many years to come. There's no doubt that this will be a year that I think will serve us well, you know, down the road.
Take 1 or 2 more.
Hey, Coach, deep moment before the game with you and Hunter Beamer, but what'd you learn specifically about Shane's team tonight, and what'd you say to him after the ball game?
So just stay the course, man. He's heading in the right direction. I mean, he's got a team that they don't quit, and man, they play tough, and you know, he's done an amazing job to come in. I mean, when you get a job like that, it's usually because things aren't good, and to, you know, just flip a switch. You know, for him to be able to come in and take this team to a bowl. I mean, they beat Auburn, they beat Florida. I mean, you know, they've had some great you know, moments throughout the year, but the biggest thing is he's kept them together, and he's kept them playing. As I said, they outscored their opponents in the fourth quarter. In some of these games where they've been down, they've just battled and battled and battled. And the, you know, the game was out of hand late, but they could still, to me, it says a lot about them at the end, just continuing to compete. And so, you know, I think that's a sign of the players listening to his message. And so he's done a great job, and I don't have any doubt they're going to get better and better. And you know, we're going to continue to do everything we can to have a great program. You know, this will be a great game for many years to come.
And Dabo, obviously you mentioned, you know, you'd want to be in Charlotte this weekend, but last year you weren't able to go to Clay's state championship game because that was the ACC championship. Will you be able to go this year? And how exciting will that be to kind of share that with him in his senior season?
Yeah, you bet I'm gonna be there, man. I going, like, we'll get together Monday and you know, put this game to bed. We'll have a team meeting so I can kind of give everybody some direction on kind of what we need to do these next couple of weeks, and then we'll hit the road Monday night recruiting. So I'm not sure where they got me going, but I know I'll be on the road all week. But I won't be on Friday. On Friday I'll be at Benedictine College, wherever that is. I've never been there. I know I'm probably a rock's throw from it somewhere around here, but I'm going to be there for the state championship, pulling for them Daniel Lions and being a dad, man. I'm so happy for Clay and his team, man, Coach Frew and all those guys. Pretty special for them to have a chance to go back-to-back state championships. So I look forward to that. Get my popcorn and kick back and root for the Lions. I'm excited about that.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, everybody.
Appreciate it. Thank you.